who's the pastor here of a church, one of my favorite names for a church, the pastor of a church for all.
It's funny because people always talk about the name of our church, a church for all. How could you possibly create a church for all? There is no such thing. Churches are all different. Different kind of people, the same kind of people always hang out in the same kind of churches. There's no such thing as a church for all. How could you create a church for all? And I turn and I look at them, and from now on I'm going to say, I think we're channeling the spirit of Harvey Milk, who believed in a representative kind of government, a table that's big enough for all people, a table that can be representative of everybody who lives in the community, a table that can express the cultural values and differences of all people, a table that can represent different types of love, different types of sexuality, different types of genderism, a church that can represent all of what God has thought about in terms of who we should be: diverse, inclusive, loving, open, kind, gentle. So when I think about a church for all, I think about it in the spirit of Harvey Milk. We have caught the spirit of Harvey Milk, and I'm going to invite you to do the same. Because if you think about it, we have the ability to do that. See, what happens when people live through their legacy, their legacy kind of dwindles over time. But when they die as a martyr in the middle of it all, we all embrace the spirit of the person. And just like all of you are here today, see, if he had been living here at 80 years old, very few of you would have come out today. But because he died and he martyred himself on behalf of us and the principles that are related to us, we're all here. So we have the ability to catch the spirit of Harvey Milk. And so as we're talking about budget cuts, as we're talking about lack, as we're walking in fear and worrying and cowering and causing ourselves to pull in, I'm going to ask you to take the spirit of Harvey Milk and think about it in a way of being expansive, to be open, to bring new people to the table, to believe that you have enough to give, that your table is not exclusive to just you, but your table is available